Hey, it's Mike. We're back on the Rambler, and as fun as it would be to just fill that block and run quarter miles, I kind of would like to cruise this car a little bit, and to do that, I'm going to have a cooling system. So we're going to knock that out. What I've got is a Champion radiator, aluminum. Came as a kit. It was probably because it was cheap. Came with two fans and a shroud. So we're gonna make it work. The fans are no-name fans, certainly. And we're gonna get the shroud on here, see how it fits. See if the fans even fit. Who knows? They haven't even been out of the box. I haven't even looked at them. I've had them for, I don't know, 8 years maybe. Just sitting in a box. So it's time to break them out. I'm anticipating maybe some fitment issues, but let's get in. Here's our shroud. It's a double fan, and I've sort of held this radiator up into the car, and I guess it seems to fit. Okay, so this looks like it's directional to an extent. Yeah. Okay, so here's our orientation. This is up. Well, the holes, I guess they give you some adjustability. Let me get this cap off here. Come on. Come on, you. All right. The fit's not, I don't know, man. It's fine, but it's fine, but it's not. You can get a bolt in the hole, certainly. All right, but because of where these holes are, they're relying on the actual radiator mounting bolts and those holes to put everything together. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to install this whole thing as an assembly, especially in our car, because there's nothing down here when you're putting it in to hold the thing. It just falls straight to the ground. Well, I suppose that might catch on the sheet metal before it went all the way down, but still, that's a lot to manage when you're doing an install. Especially, you get these little fins, they're delicate. I don't want to deal with it. Anyway, so our holes are vertically aligned. We got some adjustment side to side. Fits around there okay. The top got a little bit of a gap. Boy, that aluminum's pretty shiny though. I'll give them that. Let's see. This might be a problem. That's just the cover. When the holes line up, I don't see a whole lot of room there for a hose. That's practically sitting on the outlet. So, I suppose they could have done a little better job with that hole too. We'll see. I'm not gonna nitpick it too bad for the price. Let's get a radiator hose and see if it will even fit on there. Okay. Here's our bottom hose. And I don't know about you, but that looks pretty fat to me. So I don't even think I need to Need to try to stuff it on there. Obviously, it's gonna have an issue. So I think we're gonna have to make our own holes, which wouldn't be the first time. Let's see how far can I take this actually? Because down here, that's as far as we can go without cutting it to give us the clearance. That would be enough. We don't really need much down here. That actually puts us right up at the top there, which is nice. So I can get on board with that. And I think what I'll do here, see if we can kind of align side to side, I guess. That's not quite. Yeah. I can't ask for perfection out of this, that's for sure. All right. If I drill these out, it's gonna kind of make a little football here. Well, I'm gonna get this centered up. We'll mark those holes from the back and see where it takes us. How big a hole would it take to just right there? What would that look like? Certainly don't want to do that. I don't think I would use a hole saw on this, but I do want to see. This has sizes, so that's way too big. Okay, what's next? This one. That's 1.1 inches. That is pretty large, but it would do it. And it would leave me a little bit of meat there. Let's see. What's this? Inch? So here's 1 inch. Might be cutting it a little bit shy, because I still have to figure for the bolt head down here. So if I'm actually putting that in the center, that would be a little bit of a whoopsie out there, not a whole lot of meat there. The 1.1 would definitely do the trick. I think I am going to have to use a hole saw though, because I have to have a pilot here. If I use the step bit, which I do have a step bit that'll go that big, but it'll eat into here and I'll lose my center. So I do have to use this hole saw if I'm going to do it. Man, I tell you what, I got to do a better job cleaning the shop. This is starting to become a problem. This is starting to become a problem. All right, let's mark those out, huh? Where's the center point? There's that. Let's trade out for the hole saw. And hopefully we don't rattle our teeth out of our heads. Oh man, the wobble on her. Oh. I don't know. Well, this is what I got. So I guess we're going to use it. Wish me luck. Little not enthusiastic here about success rate. Wait a minute. It wasn't quite as bad as I envisioned. All right. See? You see that? Okay. You know, I don't think I'm going to be too disappointed. We'll see. I suppose I ought to get the plug out of there before I start another one. Okay. Those obviously need a little bit of sprucing up. But I think that's going to come out okay. I'm going to file this. I think I'll file these corners a little bit, make them smooth. Almost like they were, I don't know, supposed to be there for some reason. Even though we know that they're not. So, next, we got some more holes to drill, but we need to get them marked out. And that'll be holes to mount the shroud to the radiator itself. It's going to be a little bit of a problem here, isn't there? There's going to be a problem. And I missed it. I messed up. There's no room. There's no room behind this flange for a fastener to stick through. I thought on this problem for a while. And then I remembered. I'm digging through the hardware drawers I got. And if you recall back when we were doing the dash and replacing the stud that was busted off, we've got some of these left over. These little studs. Can we get something in focus here? Look at that. That'll end up being almost flush. And I think aluminum being as soft as it is and this being steel, I can probably just suck that up flush, because that flange is pretty thick. All right, these are no-name fans, and I don't really have the desire at this point to spend the $200 or $300 a unit for a name brand kit. So we'll see how long they last. That's how you know it's good. All right, we got a full set of nuts now. Just give this quick snug up. Got a couple more studs to put in 4 more of these out. I think I want a wrench for this part so I can see. I can see and feel what I'm doing here. What if I had just put my lock washer on and just snug it down and leave it? No, because it's part of the point of doing it is this washer squares it up. Okay, here we go. Got my bolts installed, and I'm going to be putting some rubber washers back here too. Seems like a good idea, but you know, if someone out there knows better, then I'm all ears. All right, I think we're ready for some hoses. With any luck, we're not going to have to, well, I can see already we're going to have a problem here, aren't we? That's way too long. Where they at all these, all those sticker here? No, in case you care to know, Daco 7743. This is for the lower hose. Well, oh, okay. We're just gonna keep. Do you think Do you think the manufacturers do this on purpose? Just to mess with us? Now let's cut it long, and I don't want to be too long. Let's try that. Now, if I cut it short, I'm going to be in real trouble, because I don't want to buy another one. But if I don't cut it short enough, I'll miss. If I leave it too short, then I won't have enough to cut off with the cutter. See if we can get that square. Cutter's really not big enough for this, is it? Yeah, it's got a little bit left there. That worked pretty good. All right. All right. I mean, that'll probably ride like that, no problem, but probably bug me. That's what it'll do.